on time. We'll know any moment.
Paimon's been wondering. You seem to know Candace pretty well. Have you been friends for
We've known each other for some time now. She's a pretty interesting person. Even though she's an
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a lot of...
Yep, I guess you can put it that way. Us mercs, on the other hand, we pretty much live...
Well, Paimon thinks you're great, too.
Really?
Oh, Sino's here, and he's prettier.
Yes. I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Sharing some interrogation techniques.
Oh, you mean you taught Candace some...
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Come on, let's go inside.
Candace, where... Whoa, you look furious.
Do I?
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes, and it'll still show itself at the corners of your mouth.
Perhaps I need to work on my composure. Still, it's perfectly understandable why I'm angry. I'm sure...
Yes. Please, don't beat us anymore.
Well, looks like Sino taught her well.
You fear death yourselves. Yet the ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the Village Keepers. They are vital members of our community. You come here, to my village, and you treat my people as nothing more than stepping...
Mercy!
You've made your bed.
We may both be desert dwellers, but there is one thing that I understand better than you. The people of Aru Village care little about... A war would only cause us to...
We understand. I'll tell you everything I know, but...
I'm listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us. Some mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the perfect sacrifice to usher in the Scarlet King's resurrection. They give their lives, and we...
They're called village keepers. Slip up again, and...
Yes, so it was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread word about the Scarlet King's resurrection and talked us into helping him. In return, he said he'll help... I'm not...
That's one.
Huh? One what?
Strike. You get a total of 3. Then...
Wait, I'm telling the truth. We don't know anything. He got us to lure them out of their houses in the night with some kind of incense. We take them to a junction outside the village. Then the mystery... You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth, I swear.
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
You have to believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name right away. I'm not risking another... that guy, he wears a cloak, and he's always careful to cover his face. He calls himself the Scarlet...
I believe I may know what's going...
Uncle Anpu?
Smooth.
Okay, speak.
If my suspicions are correct, this mystery man they speak... Some time ago, people from the academia attempted to take the village keepers away. I refused, insisting that they are part of our community. It strikes me now that this secretive character shares the same...
Which means it's highly likely that the academia was purposely spreading a false rumor to trick the radicals into delivering the village keepers right into their hands. They were the ones who brought them here to begin with. Now they're trying to take them back? We aren't gonna let that happen.
Not the academia again.
Just as I but what could they want with the village keeper?
People are nothing but tools in the eyes of the academia. A change in their plan... Regardless, our top priority...
You're right. Isaka's still...
Time to go. Let's leave the village.
Yes. Pack up and get ready.
You got it. Candace, I'll let you deal with the radicals. Leave everything outside the...
All right.
Let's meet back here once everyone's ready.
What scheme is the academia...
You look worried. Thinking about the village?
Yes. I'd look for them myself if I could.
You have a strong sense of belonging here.
Dia, don't say that.
Thanks.
I...
Let's get some food in us and then we'll... Whoa! Where did you come from?
Well, as you can see, I am merely sitting here and reviewing what-
You were gone for ages! And now you're suddenly sitting here... Hey, what's with the side...
You never think things through before asking questions. I'm giving you some-
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly nickname! There's just nothing super obvious to pick with this guy. It makes it...
Well, you've heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time. So, anyway, you plan to leave-
Yep. We're not good. Enough with this...
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team up with-
Alhaitham, you haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru village. Bold of you to question our choice.
Yeah, you're...
While you were investigating, I had my own work to do, which I've now finished.
Really? Paimon...
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to not to mention that going separate ways allowed me to find some important-
Huh? Right here?
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone. But, before that,
What does that mean?
how do you think the residents of Aru village feel about what we're doing? In other words, do you truly believe every single word the village-
You mean, some of them like...
Hiding the truth does not necessarily equate to lying. Remember what Candace said? Most people in Aru village don't necessarily care which deity is in charge of Sumeru. By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. They won't simply share everything that... Glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was consciously keeping you out of the loop. In fact, she's been observing your... The reason being, to someone...
Those eyes. Those fierce...
Don't change the...
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated by Sino's authority and strength.
Right. You were asking about the
She corrected herself mid-sentence because she's aware that there are Scarlet King fanatics in the village. If she...
I think it's been a few days since I last saw them.
Remember? She made a point of denying her involvement in...
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them.
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected Aru village. By getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention to...
I'll pass on this. You said that she is afraid of me. If so...
We're on it!
Miss Shawnee, as we discussed earlier...
Mr. Alhaitham, I'm aware of where you...
Huh? What do you mean?
Go ahead and talk to her. You'll go on. Earn her...
Is it really that simple?
May I call you Traveler? Hi, Traveler. Do you think the resurrection of the Scarlet King can truly change Sumeru for the better? Why's that? That's very similar to what Miss Candace says. I know you two are friends. Before, I wouldn't even have the Traveler. Do you believe our lives will get...
Yeah! We came here from another nation, but even so, we've met lots of people. We have friends in Sumeru, and we want to help them!
I want to trust... My apologies for posing my questions like that. To be honest,
Alhaitham told us you have your reason.
the fact is that I'm... Only one side of my family is desert folk. Some believe in the Dendro Archon, while others believe in the Scarlet King.
Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they
Yeah. Some people can be so narrow-minded when it comes... Slowly, I just stopped talking to people, and then it happened. The village keepers who had helped me disappeared.
You can tell them. I'm sure he'll...
All right.
I'll tell you, I actually have a sharper sense of hearing than most. Sometimes... Perhaps. I'm not sure. It's faint, but it's definitely the sound of crying. It comes from far... It used to be louder and more frequent. But ever since you arrived in the village, it doesn't seem to happen as often. And when it does, it's much...
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They also have someone with a good ear, and he's but. Because we're in the middle of a desert, you would rather believe that they are the cries of beasts than ghosts.
There's really nothing around these parts.
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar, but it's been abandoned for years.
Yeah, is this the place? It's in terrible shape, and there's sand everywhere.
Empty and forgotten. An ideal place to hide people.
Monsters, watch out!
Time for takeoff.
Right.
Order guide you.
Shine down!
Germinate! Scatter! This is order.
Brace yourselves. Here we go. Now you shall perish.
They were easier to deal with than super strong bandits? Or monsters tough? He looks super serious. We gotta stay on our A game too.
This is the one. Let's go in and take... Patience. Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn. Until then, I'm taking a break.
And just like that, he sits down. Wait, he even brought a book to read? What are you reading? Let Paimon see.
Okay, sure.
Huh? The natural position, which is the positional propensity of an entity.
So...
Oh, Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya. How is he so relaxed? Look at him, reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this. Hey, Paimon's your Teyvat travel guide. And anyway, is that Paimon's fault that the books people read in Sumeru are so complicated? Paimon's getting so sleepy. Huh? What was that sound?
there it is. It's coming from that direction.
Is the sound coming from here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
It's from below.
But there's...
Something is off about the interior here. As I thought, there's a hidden structure.
Whoa. It's like they there are other mechanisms or...
Propagate!
Solidify! I will have order! Scatter!
Illusion shattered!
Propagate!
Brace yourselves! Yeah! Let's play! Think you can get away? Shine down!
This is order!
Spring forth!
Illusion shattered!
Scatter!
Look! There's someone over there! Good idea. Let's approach him slowly without alarming him.
Wait. You're...
He can't speak, and his eyes are also...
Didn't expect to see him here.
You know him?
He's Razak, a senior of mine at the academia.
He's a scholar too? Is he the kind of...
No. And that Razak was never involved in any of those things. He never trained in the forest, let alone reach Satyavada. Leaving that question aside for the moment, him being here alone means that we might... Looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully drawing a cart.
loaded with...
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry, as if they were afraid of being caught. In their haste, they failed to notice Razak hiding in a corner. The symptoms are identical. Looks like we found living proof.
Huh?
Allow me to jog your memory. Recall, don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
Oh, now that you...
Correct. The Academia, it isn't difficult to deduce their rationale. First, the Academia spread a false rumor. These rumors were all the persuasion that the Radicals needed, and as well as being able to exploit the Radicals for life for the Desert Dwellers has been brutal. Many would give everything they have, even if complications arise. People will see that the notion of an Academia plot wouldn't...
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. But there's still one very important...
Throughout this process, one thing... First, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, an exile is still... If you can't find...
Resource?
One possibility is that the information...
Extracted?
With the technology of the Sumeru Academia, perhaps the process caused them great suffering.
So, the human brain... Nope.
I'm the Academia scribe, after all. I'm familiar with their projects. Anyway, judging by Razak's state, the contents of a divine knowledge capsule were extracted from his mind. But something went wrong in the process. Or perhaps his curiosity got the better of him, and he used such a capsule for himself.
Hyman's a little confused. Can they just use anyone's brain?
The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer. That's right. To some scholars, gaining knowledge about the gods is their entire life's pursuit. Extracting canned knowledge is just one of... However, the Academia is going out of their way. I've spent quite some time trying to...
You mean you're not even slightly
All scholars seek to expand extracting information from people as if they were...
Sounds like you're really against all...
Of course. The Academia's actions run contrary to their rules. Whether it be academics or knowledge, everything has its boundaries. If those lines are crossed, the rules and order that govern everything in the world will be destroyed. This matter needs to be corrected, just like fixing a typo in a book.
Wait, didn't you step in to help because you felt sympathy?
Not to be callous, but no. There is no shortage of suffering in Sumeru.
Probably not.
You can say that. Simply put, the divine knowledge capsule is something I want to investigate.
Hyman's been wanting to say this for a while.
Though I must say, uniqueness is also an asset.
Wow, that's a great way to think of it.
I'm just a more likable person than her. He won't last long if we leave him here. Let's take him with us. We'll work out our next step after we return to Aru Village.
We're back!
You must be tired. You should rest and take some water.
What's the situation?
Who's this?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather. Nevertheless, he's one of the people we're trying to find.
So, at one point in time, the abandoned Elazar Hospital served as the Academia's site for extracting divine cant knowledge.
Yep, pretty much.
Their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru Village, since Yet, they fled...
We may have a mole in our midst. One of us could be secretly revealing our whereabouts to the Academy.
Huh? Are our friendships that shallow?
Looks like none of you have realized wherein lies the issue. Sino, you're the reason why they can predict our movements.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Choose your next words very carefully.
It is simply a logical inference.
So what you're saying is... Sino's interesting. And here I thought you were the most suspicious one, Al-Haytham, since you...
I know. You have a point. But I realized something as we were returning from the hospital. Sino isn't like any of us.
What are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are, General Mahamatra? As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can take action against someone, you are required to have all the facts available, including the less than savory details. Simply put, the Academia has traditionally allowed you access to a wealth of sensitive information. Knowing their modus operandi, wouldn't you expect them to take precautions against you? If you want to raise a vicious wolf, you need to make sure that you can avoid its bite.
The Academia is...
It's not that simple. The Academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they have every so often comes a Nyagarbaha day. On this day, the Academia enters new information. I remember seeing a thick notebook next to the control panel once. Its contents were all about the...
You're saying that the Academia entered my information in... But what's the point in doing that? My actions...
The Akasha is capable of The Akasha's algorithms are entirely capable of predicting your movements using the data entered. When you would depart.
It predicted my every move.
The Academia has been watching you longer than you think.
So that's how it is. Sino adheres to tenacity of will and steadfast faith are worthless. Sino, don't take it to heart. This just proves how much of a...
They escaped because...
Don't blame yourself. It's not like any of us would have known.
I have an idea. If they predicted my movements, then I might be able to guess where they went.
Whoa, you bounced back fast.
There is always an opportunity for safety after...
Oh, so that's how it is! If the Academia is trying to avoid Sino, then the safest place would be... Yep, that's...
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite of where I'm going. I must go.
There's also something I want to investigate.
Let's go, guys!
Please, wait! I want to go
You want to go too?
I want to find Grandpa. I promise.
Everyone, I leave him in your hands.
Yay! Let's go! Paimon feels like we're missing someone. From here?
Yes. After leaving the village, we should head straight toward the desert.
I know the desert like the back of my hand.
Is that because you play here a lot?
Yep. One time, Grandpa almost got lost in the desert, but I was the one who brought him back.
There's something here. What's this?
It's buried in the sand. Looks like we'll need to roll up our sleeves and do some work.
And Paimon thought running around everywhere was already enough work. Okay. So we have to dig it out? Whatever's down there looks like it's buried really deep.
These are likely fragments of an Academia-developed device, something akin to a headset. Looks like there were more than one village keeper. They must have been escorted this way because there are device fragments scattered around here. Let's split up and search the area.
Is this what we're searching for? It looks kind of scary.
This is definitely a device used to extract divine knowledge.
How did it end up buried in the sand? That can't have been part of the plan. They must have been attacked along the way.
Wait, what?
Grandpa, I hope you're okay.
Don't worry, your grandpa's gonna be fine.
Razak didn't display any signs of starvation or dehydration, which means that they left fairly recently.
We should be able to catch.
One more thing. I believe the attack must have happened prior to the sandstorm.
Let's keep going. They can't have gone
Ugh, but running on sand is so tiring.
But you're flying, aren't you, Paimon? Is flying over sand tiring too?
Ugh, of course it is.
Voices, over there. It sounds like an argument.
Whoa, you have really good ears.
Don't get any closer. They'll notice us.
Dia's talking with the Eremites? Very interesting. Let's listen in.
If you had informed me sooner, there'd be plenty of room for us to...
You're one of us. We would never lie.
Scholars. You don't know as much as I do. Need me to...
I knew it. That's our Dia.
Dia? Why would you? Dia!
Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
Didn't you say you'd help me find Grandpa? Why are you on their side?
Well, look who's here.
This complicates...
You've betrayed Aru village?
So, this is the great Dia. You'd be better off as my assistant than hanging around with this motley crew. See?
I'm not the type that's easily swayed, Raman. You of all people
Wait, what's going on, Dia? Whose side are you on here?
Shut it, Paimon.
It doesn't matter. Whichever side you pick, nothing could deter us from the grand mission of resurrecting.
Face the facts, Raman. It's not gonna happen. You should understand that more than anyone. Have all your...
I'm a desert dweller and a proud follower of the Scarlet King. Whether I live by...
It's not too late yet. The village Mad scholars aren't gonna bring the Scarlet King back to life.
You don't understand, my dear lady. Pursuing our...
Even if it'll expose you to the Academia? Even if they end up disbanding the Eremites?
Yes. We've waited a long time for this day to come. With these scholars in our custody.
Ridiculous. If you still don't believe me, then try asking these two men. They're also against the Academia, but neither of them are as arrogant as you are.
They look more like pawns of the Academia to me. Why would I listen to anything the people of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata have to say? Filthy traitors. Your god abandoned all honor and betrayed the Scarlet King. We desert dwellers will never trust the likes of you.
It's impossible to communicate with someone so hostile. Perhaps we should.
Do you really believe that by kidnapping the scholars, you'll be able to negotiate with the Academia? These people have no value as bargaining chips, but I could be persuaded to take their place as your next hostage. These scholars were exiled from the Academia. I, on the other hand, am their current scribe.
Wait, you can't be serious.
So, you want to...
Precisely. Any wise...
What are you
Well, that would be bad luck for me. However, I'd get the chance to observe the scholars. Perhaps even...
Think you can talk me?
I'm not trying to persuade you.
You are the scribe. What do you have against...
Not all desert dwellers believe in the Scarlet King, and the same applies to the Academia. Why must all knowledge seekers...
You Academia scum. Every last one of you is nothing but a hypocrite.
Not so fast. I'll hate them. Do you stand by everything you just said? You know you're making a dangerous decision.
I do.
Good. Raman, hear me out. These people are my friends. Maybe you can't take the follow...
We've known each other for years.
In that case, I'm willing to vouch for their honesty with my right arm. Come on, Raman, don't be a coward. If you're serious about taking on the Academia, you need to...
An arm from the flame man. What if you refuse to oblige? What should I do then? No one's a fool here, Dia. We're mercs.
You're not wrong, but this is different. I promised my...
Let's do it right here, then. Give me your right arm as proof of your resolve.
Don't listen to him! He's not even trying to...
That's fine.
Are you crazy?
We came here to save lives. One arm for that many people is still a pretty good deal, if you ask me. Rama...
Sure. Go ahead and cut off her right arm.
No! Dia! What are you gonna do? Think of something!
You don't have to go this far.
That's not for you to decide.
Do it!
Dia! Run!
Stop!
What's wrong? Can't do it?
Flame Mane, you and I are both desert folk. Cutting off your arm is no different than cutting off my own fingers. Where's the sense in cutting my own kin to pieces? You've shown me that you're serious. Go on now, take your friends.
Phew. I was really counting on it.
Dia! That was crazy! Have you all lost your minds? What if he'd actually cut your arm off?
Then I just have to hold my claymore with my left arm. Okay, I'm sorry. But sometimes when you're out on a limb, you gotta double down to seal the deal, you know?
Don't ever make a promise like that again. I can deal with the likes of them. If it came down to it, you would not lose to them either.
I don't doubt it, Sino. But this is about more than me and them. There's a lot more where they came from. Even if we got rid of one bunch of radicals, there are others out there. Wiping them out would do more harm than good.
As you wish.
I'm sorry, Dia. I should have stayed put and
It's okay. I promised you I'd help find your
Whatever it takes? You just might be...
Huh? Are you serious?
The Eremites once said that I was a lunatic. Perhaps a little madness is essential.
Why does it feel like he's using his praise for me as an excuse to brag about himself? Okay, let's get moving. We should head back to the village and rest up. Today was just a trial run. Noon tomorrow is gonna be the hard part.